And welcome once again to another episode of Coriander Society Adventures. If you've stayed tuned throughout the entire break, then you'd already know that after merely being captured by the eponymous Coriander Society, our heroes have escaped once again by Asena's astral prowess. And even now they float through that silvery realm in search of their only refuge, Rocco.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. Okay. When last we left our heroes, floating in the astral plane, manacled behind your backs. Asena tried to cast a healing spell and it didn't do anything. Floating towards Rocco, you've been traveling for 1 hour. I can speed up and just start rolling encounter checks until you get to Rocco, or you can do whatever you want along the way. How do you want to do this scene?
Yeah. We've got stuff.
Yeah, you have narrative control. I'm just telling you. Let me know when to turn the timer.
So question, when Asena tried to heal themselves, Asena, what did you use to use cure wounds? How were you trying? Was it magic or was it focus you were using?
Magic.
And mate, you said magic did not work.
When she attempted to cast cure wounds, the spell failed.
Okay, can John try to ascertain why? Did anything happen to her form? Did the spell get negated? Did it just not take effect? What happened?
It never even started.
Did you have to use a resource for that, Asena? And if so, did that resource get expended?
It was expended. If it was a spell slot or whatever, it was expended.
It's a spell slot.
Okay. Well, damn.
I'm not magical anymore.
No, hold on a moment. You were able to cast the spell, so that means it's not that you're not magical. It's just that it's not working properly right now. Oh, it's these manacles. These things are preventing us from being able to do it. Let's get these off. John's gonna go ahead and let's see. He's gonna say, okay, Asena. No. Well, I mean, you could try certainly, but quickly he kind of like shifts over to her while they're floating towards the astral rock. I need you to get into my briefcase and start fishing around. I know that this is going to be
with my feet.
No. So John like kind of positions over and like they go back to back. Yeah.
Where's the briefcase?
Well, I guess it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have on me?
You still have the red kiss. And did you have a sidearm?
John, did anyone take anything off of his person other than the talisman or other than the what about my own magical cuffs? Are those gone?
Magical what? Cuffs? No.
Yeah.
Those are not gone.
Okay.
You get the impression that they were in a hurry. And they figured you were incapacitated. It was fine.
Well, damn. John has his reality field, his augmentation goggles, his earbud, his speed loader, and concealable holster. He has his magic cuffs, his vested defense, and his talisman, and that's it.
And one extra munitions card from chat that's going to be real freaking handy with the briefcase gone.
Yeah.
I've got a spoon.
Well, dang it.
I'm trying to actual playlist. If the vibes are up, I'll change it. Carry on.
Oh, well, with extra munitions, I know it says that you have a grenade, scrolls, potion, etc. Can John get a gun with that?
You'd have to explain to me where this gun came from.
No, I don't. You don't want to know where this gun came from.
Okay, because that's funny. Yes. No, you can have a small holdout pistol.
Perfect. I say that. I need you to do a favor for me. I have a gun hidden somewhere. No, you know, I think that in this case, even though
my own gun,
even though that would be hilarious. Do you have your gun?
Nope.
What?
They removed your weapons.
How? If I was in a blob?
When you woke up, you weren't in a blob. They shocked you into unconsciousness. Then you woke up in the astral plane.
Oh. What do I have then?
What's on your character sheet?
I got a lot of shit on my character sheet.
Look, if it explodes or shoot things or stabs things, it's gone, okay?
What about my whip?
That's gone.
Mate, I have big question / request for you.
Let's hear it.
So, Cersei, Master of Magitech, has currently 4 inspiration in the boot. Thank you, Mama Shimada. I don't know what's happening or what's going on, but during the course of this malarkey, can we spend some inspiration to say that after we've been gone for a while, Cersei realizes we've been gone. They were supposed to meet up and is able to track down our stuff or something.
She'll work on it.
Okay, you let me know what needs to be spent when it happens.
I have a golden whale paperweight.
Hopefully you have a lot more than that. Okay, so extra munitions, the gun, we have Asena. The gun's not gonna be that useful. I mean, it's gonna be fine, but I think better to get a lockpicking kit. John had a lockpicking kit stashed where the sun don't shine.
Done. Hidden in your hair, you know, little wires and stuff in your hair.
Yeah, totally. And John's gonna go ahead and try and just unlock these cuffs.
Okay, you have disadvantage because you're working behind your back, because you're cuffed behind your back and you can't see anything. So roll lockpicks check with disadvantage and dexterity based.
Okay.
A 14.
A 14.
These are extremely secure manacles.
Okay.
Looking at them, they are techno magic make.
Techno magic. Okay, interesting.
There's advanced materials and polymers as well as arcane fibers running through them.
Well, John is going to keep going at it. I don't see there's no problem with him continuing to try, right?
Yeah, you can continue to try.
I mean, we're just floating. We got nothing better to do. We're floating through the astral. Eventually, it's bound to work.
Asena, while he's messing with this, now normally, Matt, every single time when you roll something on this, that represents your best effort, and so you don't get a reroll unless the conditions change. I'm going to say you can just mess with it, and every hour I'll just give you another reroll.
Okay.
Just to get around that normal thing that would happen where you can't just keep spamming it. It's like you rolled, that's your best effort. I'm just going to have it go with every hour. Asena, John, anything else you want to do before I start rolling for random encounters?
Oh, shit. I'm gonna try and break them.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
I could break these cuffs.
You can't break these cuffs. 17. Nope. Yeah. Similarly, I'm going to give you a fresh roll every hour.
Okay.
Any objections to going on to hour 2?
Oh, yeah, actually. John starts trying to pick his manacles and realizes, wait, this isn't super working so good. It might not work, but he's going to try this. John's going to try and activate his ghost step tattoo. Does it function while the manacles are working?
It does not.
Okay.
However, it's not expended, unlike a spell slot.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Okay, let me ask you this. Does it take the full hour to do the 14 lockpicking check, or can he try for a few minutes and then go, I'm taking a break, and then try again later?
Yeah, you don't have to do that for the whole hour. I'm just not going to give you more than 1 check per hour.
No, understandable. While we're floating through space trying to get where we're going, can we take a short rest, or do we already say that can't happen until we have a safe place?
You have to stop.
We have to stop floating. Okay. Oh, okay. No. This is fine. Can Asena stop and John can pull Asena? So that way she's not actively trying to find Rocco, but she's trusting that John is going to carry her along.
I hate it, but I'm going to say yes.
Okay, cool. Understandable. You're liking it. Doesn't factor into this. So good.
Yeah, it does. I'm the freaking DM.
Hey, well, man, God complex, take it down a notch. We're being the arbitrator of justice here.
All right. So, Asena, you can take a short rest for the next hour.
Okay.
Just sort of chill in with your hands locked behind your back, floating through the astral.
So, Asena, did you happen to see the briefcase or any of our weaponry before you? I know you had only a brief moment to decide, but was it in or about wherever they were?
I couldn't see anything.
Understandable. But you saw me, so that's great.
I saw you lying on the floor, and then I said, "Hey, what the heck's that about?" And they said, "Are you gonna come nice?" And I said, "Am I gonna be like him?" And they were like, "Yeah." And so I said, "No."
Yeah, I had kind of given myself up on the promise that they wouldn't hurt you, and then I forgot. Well, I did. Honestly, they knocked me out. I didn't get a chance to tell you not to fight back. But you know what? I think it all, aside from losing all of our precious items and gear, and the flesh of Kur, I guess everything's going well.
Everything that we worked on this whole time.
Perhaps I should have opened with an opening salvo of "I'm not the bad guy," but we didn't really get that far, and they didn't really ask.
Yeah, they were super mean.
Yeah, they tend to be that way.
I'm gonna kill him.
Well, hold on a moment. And I like to imagine that we're just kind of like sitting back to back, just floating through space. Honestly, when it comes down to it, the Coriander Society are actually, I mean, as far as I know, they're fairly good people. At least the ones that I interacted with. My lodge was a lot of plucky young people who were just trying to make a difference in the world. And I can only imagine, considering what I've been able to confirm with St. George back on Lacunas, many of the other agents within the society feel the same. I mean, you don't join up with the Coriander Society with the attitude of doing bad and doing good. You're saving people. You're trying to stop the things that go bump in the night from bumping. So I can only imagine. Yeah?
I don't get it. Are these your guys or are they bad guys?
Well, they're supposed to be my guys, but I don't think they think I'm their guy. I think what's happened here is that when me and the rest of my lodge found out that apparently that cyst that was the first members of the Pack Malefic that we encountered from the Tower of Darkness, we didn't get a chance to send back any information to the leader of our lodge. I mean, we were just tracking down clues. It was just another bad guy, another group of people that were controlling undead, and we got in way over our head, and there was no way for us to get any information back. So for all they know, I joined up with this group, went back to the Obsidian Portal, and have been taking the fleshes of Kur and planting them across the multiverse. Honestly, looking at it from their point of view, it does look pretty bad. It probably looks like I fell to darkness. But I mean, in my defense, I've had no way of being able to get back in touch with them. I didn't even realize the Coriander Society was multiversal. I thought it was just on Earth. So honestly, they could have done a bit of better job on handling that in the integration of bringing us all in. But they might have different cells set up specifically to make sure that we can't be compromised. Look, I understand we were on the very bottom rung of this ladder of awesome, but I mean, gosh, they could have called. There's honestly. It's kind of on them. I'm gonna put this on them. I've just been doing everything I can to save the universe. I didn't know what I was doing was actually bad.
Sure.
Well, I didn't.
What? You don't have like a PR agent?
Not really. We had a handler.
I mean,
And
you think they could just like call up Ben or your office and ask them questions?
So, as far as I know, and this is just from a very brief conversation that I had with Hank, they've been looking for me for some time, and once Hank realized who I was, he was trying to keep them off of our backs. And it was only after we've done so much in the universe that they really couldn't ignore it anymore that they started putting two and two together, I think. I'm very confident that Hank didn't sell us out, or if he did, it was only in the 11th hour and there was no other way to get around trying to protect us anymore. Because from what Hank said, these people didn't want to just have a talk. They were out for blood.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that he's just kind of spooked. And if we can get back in touch with them, we'll be able to explain the situation, be able to get contact with my superiors, let them know the good that you and I and everyone that we've brought along our little group has done throughout the multiverse, and that I mean, I was under great duress, and I had no idea how the Flesh of Core worked. I thought I was doing good. I mean, honestly, there was nothing to say otherwise. Sure, my methods were a little bit unconventional at times, but I can't imagine that if this is an organization that really does seek to do good in the world, they wouldn't understand that and seek to work with us and try and help us. I mean, honestly, this could be a good thing if we can get back in touch with them. Hopefully, we can do it in slightly different circumstances, but we really should probably discuss that, Asena, when the Coriander Society tracks us down again, and it's very likely they will. What are we going to do?
Kill 'em.
Without most of our gear, we couldn't even fight off their initial agents. I mean, unless we can get our hands on something that's going to have a bit more oomph in quickly taking down their apprehenders, those weird little metallic spheres, we won't even have to have a chance to dance with the agents themselves.
We'll find a whole new world and become whole new people with lots of weapons and then come back.
I like that plan. That's an incredible idea. Let's do that. You know, there was one world actually that I was very interested in checking out. Maybe we could find our way there. It would be very difficult for them to be able to get away with using their magitech in a world covered in undead and on the frontiers of good old-fashioned outlaw justice.
The demon place.
Kind of, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, so there's this one world that I've been wanting to check out, but haven't really had a chance to go to yet. If we can make our way back to the tower somehow, and correct me if I'm wrong, what was the name on the outside of Gravedigger?
That information isn't currently loaded into RAM, but I will try to pull that up.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like John knows. John knows what I'm talking about.
John knows what you're talking about.
But it's a really weird, really interesting world that'll be very difficult, I think, for them to very easily track us down. It'd be a great place for us to go into hiding for a bit, especially because no one knows us there. It'd be a whole fresh start, and we can get these weapons and abilities that you're talking about, and then be ready to confront them once more. Although I have to say, and John, like, kind of being hit with the not so sudden realization, it just kind of sinking in that he's been separated from the artifact that has been kind of the... Imagine, if you will, when you go to bed at night, sometimes people can't just go to sleep normally. They have to have that white noise to help them fall asleep. John explains to Asena that Krontaka has always been John's white noise, at least over the entire length of his tenure with the Coriander Society and beyond. It has a personality, a mind, and a will all of its own. And even though it can't make itself known with words, it does make its presence known, and it has a guiding force that's been with John over the entire course of his journey. And he feels like he's missing one of his senses. He doesn't have that background emotional surge that Krontaka gave him to get out there and do what he does. And honestly, he feels a bit naked right now without it.
So you want to get it back?
I absolutely want to get it back. I mean, gosh, before I met up with you in Gaston, like that entity was my only companion and friend for a long time. I don't just want to leave it in the hands of the society. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Although I guess technically it was theirs to begin with, but not these ones, though. That was back on Earth. I don't know if these are the same agents or what.
So Krontaka is its own entity?
Correct.
Or it came from something?
Well, a bit of both. So Krontaka is an entity that came about after forging the weapon of a legendary hero with an alchemical process that was able to bind it into an entirely new form, and with the powerful magics utilized in order to take the echo of what that weapon, that spear, had been through during its travels with a great hero fighting great evils. It took on a measure of that journey, of that adventure, and became something more once the magic was imbued to allow it to become Island's Bane, Krontaka, the weapon that we all know and love, something happened, and that experience, that measure of will, was made manifest. And just a simple armament, it was no more. It was something with a mind, thoughts, feelings, desires. Most of those desires entail destroying creatures from the underworld, fae and fiends. But yeah, I mean that's the crux of what it really is down for. But it has this sense of making sure that whoever wields it has the resolve to go out there and do heroism in the world.
So, it sounds like they can't use it anyway.
Hopefully not. I mean, Krontaka is pretty selective about who they bind with. I'm lucky that it saw something in me, but I
We
can't
can't
say for
just make
certain.
another one.
No, unfortunately, can't just make another one. Although technically, I mean, you're making another one right now. In essence, I mean that tooth that you carry around your neck. I mean, it's a rather impressive artifact now. But if you ever took it to the next level, tried to get with some sort of master smith, and imagine, if you will, if you went around with that dragon's tooth of yours and spent a lifetime adventuring, and then either you yourself or someone else found it and decided to try to reshape it in something more. I mean, imagine everything you've been through and compile that into the essence of what that object could be. I mean, it's astounding to think about. That rifle that you've been carrying around. Imagine if you carried that around forever and eventually someone decided to take it and do something more with it. I mean, gosh, the experience and just, I mean, with you, a sense of mayhem, really. But just imagine everything that they've been through, everything that you carry with you that has any kind of meaning. It imprints something. And that's what Krontaka is the imprint.
Makes sense. So where were they taking us anyway that we went through a portal?
To be honest, I can't say for certain. I know that in my lodge, we would have gone back to HQ, but I don't know if these agents are operating with some sort of mobile facility, if they have some kind of hub that they were taking us back to, but I'm almost certain that we were going back to some sort of a holding cell. Well, obviously we were going back to a holding cell, but if that's a base or if it's going to be a nearby allied location, I couldn't say for certain. My lodge didn't really take people in. We just kind of killed the things that tried to kill people. This seems like an entirely different portion of the agency. DM, have we seen anything for a while, or is it still just the infinite expanse of the Astral Sea?
Are you ready to bump another hour?
Yeah.
Hour 3. During hour 3, John, do you need a short rest?
I mean, I don't need one, but I'd like one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. While drifting through the astral and taking your rest and contemplating things, the next time you roll over, Slakura is on your shoulder.
Oh, nice. Before I take my rest, could I give it the old college try on trying to break out of these manacles?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll it.
Also, mate, question.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm able to see what I'm doing, would that remove the disadvantage, even though I'm still manacled?
I don't think so, because the impediment of your hands is still a big problem. Like, logically it would help, but it wouldn't get rid of the disadvantage, I think.
Yeah, not so much that it would, remove that. Okay, understandable.
You have 2 stacking conditions. Oh, were you thinking of giving yourself... Well, I mean, you're cuffed. You can't use that. The anti-magic cuffs have got you on lock.
That's true. That's true. Good call. Well, here we go. Just going to spend a little time trying to bust out of this sucker. Oh, yeah, no.
Nope. All right, let's put Slakura.
If I could just... no. All right, fine. Hey, you know what?
You want to give it another shot at breaking out, Asena?
Yeah.
Cool, go for it. Roll athletics. Closer, but still no. These were made using material probably and techniques probably from multiple worlds, not unlike your own equipment. Slakura is going to go ahead, noticing that you are significantly damaged. Slakura is going to do two things. First off, go ahead and take a Slakura heal of 3d8 for yourself, Asena.
Yeah. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
$13.
13. Cool. You can have 13 health back. And also, because Slakura leaves behind a slime trail, is going to goo up your hands and the thing and the manacles so that your next attempt, Asena, will have advantage.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Slakura.
Heck yeah.
And otherwise, we'll just go ahead and keep you company as you stroll, as you soar through the astral plane. Each of you make another attempt, unless you want to do something else, and I'm going to roll for hour 4.
Well, question, if we have Slakura kind of helping this up, can I just try to slip out of the manacles instead of try and pick them?
Yes, but once you've done that, you don't really have a good way to get the slime off your hands. Being slimed is, well, I mean, you already have disadvantage. Who cares? Because I'd say being slimed gives you disadvantage on lockpicking attempts, but you already have disadvantage, so screw it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and just try that then.
Roll an acrobatics check with advantage.
Beautiful. And I benefited from a short rest, you said, right?
Yes.
Glorious.
Can't Slakura heal him too?
Yeah, but he's down like 2 health.
Oh.
For some reason in that fight, you got the crap beat out of you, and he mostly got off scot-free.
Because he got stuck.
I was using Asena as a shield to help keep him away from me.
You did your job. Good job, Asena. Tanking for the party.
Oh, you did good. You did good. John was helping use his bullshit to back her up, but she was the one tanking.
All right. Athletics with advantage, acrobatics with advantage.
That's a dirty 20.
Then that is the magic number.
Yes. Give me that dirty 20.
Out. Your wrists really hurt. You had to do some unpleasant things to your body in order to pull that off.
Ooh. As in like taking damage, unpleasant thing? Okay, I was going to ask. Yeah, if it was that kind of unpleasant stuff. Yeah.
I'm using Slakura's healing once per scene, so Slakura can't heal you again. But yeah, you're no longer dislocated.
Oh, okay.
And Asena, give me an athletics check with advantage for Slakura slime. 21.
Yeah!
Both of you have now broken free.
Well, I can recover mine, right? Mine are still usable. Mine are still usable.
For those are still usable.
Fantastic.
Just collecting anti-mage manacles.
Yep. Now, by hers are destroyed, they're technically still on her wrist, but now there's the part is separated, or did she break the actual mechanism holding the wrist?
She can be like free of them entirely.
Cool. Good. I'm going to just collect the pieces.
That's fine. Add them to your inventory.
Yes. I have a very small inventory.
I was going to say, note also that your storage capacity is no longer unlimited. It's temporarily not unlimited.
I know. I'm very, very sad.
Hour 4. 38. Nothing. Do you want to speed run the next 3, or is there anything else you want?
Yeah, John's going to clean off the slime.
You can press the digitate it away now. Yep.
And I'm going to try to just pick the lock on the manacles so I can use them again.
Great. Give it a roll. A flat roll this time.
Yes, thank you. So good.
Nope.
And that's a failure, right?
Yep. Hour 5.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. With a +2, that's a 20.
Success.
That's yeah. Glorious.
Anything before I do hours 6 and 7?
Let's see. We've gotten ourselves mostly healed. We've gotten ourselves unrestrained by manacles. We've recovered one of the manacles and taken the pieces of the other. Asena's always a living weapon, so she's fine. John has no guns, but John does have a very small amount of magic. Asena died again! No! Let's see. Yeah, John's trying to figure out what he can bring to bear here, which is not a lot. What else do we have? Oh, mate. Can I do something else just ever so slightly that would have made way more sense than what I did?
Let me hear you out.
So I was able to sneak both Krontaka and the Triton into the thing. So I feel like it could be the same sleight of hand roll if you would allow it. And you said they were only looking for weapons. So could I spend an inspiration to instead? It has 3 modes. It has big old trident. It has rod, and it has fork. Could I have turned it into a fork and put it in my hair? Because I never usually get to use the fork mode, and I just realized that would have made way more sense. Would be to try to hide the fork on himself. I will
use a point of inspiration to activate Thingamabob mode, and I will let you roll sleight of hand. And if you fail, it still happens because
no, that's good.
They're used to magical nonsense.
Okay, I'm here for it. Before we did this, mate, I still had a deduction dice, so I'm going to roll a deduction dice on this.
Okay. All right.
Because I didn't use it to try to break out of the thingamabobbers. So, all right. Normal, sleight of hand. Please let this work. A 23 and deduction die. A 25.
Okay.
And if
it was not detected.
Oh, John reached up into his thing. Wait a minute. Yes, fork. John pulls out his thingamabob, and he looks, I mean, it's not Krantaka, but it's something, and he looks absolutely elated. Oh my gosh. I mean, you don't talk. I know you don't talk, but I've never been so happy to see you. Oh, thank goodness. And just to make sure that it still functions properly, John switches between making it a rod, making it a trident, and then back into a fork. Okay, great.
It goes through all the changes correctly.
Fantastic. And John goes ahead and just sticks it right back where it was.
Okay. Back it goes into your hair.
Yes. Okay, I have something. We can defend ourselves at least a little. Well, you can always defend yourself. I can defend myself ever so slightly. So, okay, great. John is going to. Yes, I have a fork that turns into, and John once again flips through the transformations and shows her the water trident. You've seen this before. This is what I accidentally skewered Big Susan with back in the day.
Did you put me in a big ball with that?
No, not with that, but I did put you in a big water ball. That's right. I mean, that was collateral. Not collateral. Yeah. Oh, yeah, collateral. 2 words, same meaning. Interesting. That was just collateral for trying to help you with the robot. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and have John just constantly slap minor illusion on us and make it look like we're just a floating rock.
Okay, if you're doing that, then Asena is going to have to do the traveling.
That's fine.
You're just like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay. Do you want me to do hours 6 and 7 now, or is there anything else you want to do along your journey?
I'm okay with hours 6 and 7. Are you okay with hours 6 and 7?
I'm okay with hours 6 and 7.
Hour 6.
Nothing bad
Hour
is
7.
going to happen.
Actually, nothing bad happened. You had a completely uneventful journey all the way back to Rocco.
Glorious. Oh, Rocco, so happy to see you.
Hold on.
Rocco!
Let me restore Rocco to the universe.
Bring us back to Rocco. Let's get out of the way of Rocco. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah. There we are. Ah, lovely.
Okay.
Missed that, Rocco.
You have reached your destination. Now you must discover your destination's destination.
Where does Rocco want to go? And is there anyone living in Rocco like there was last time?
There's nobody living in Rocco this time. Rocco has not been infected.
Thank goodness.
The inside still bears the mark of Tiamat, your warlock patron.
Yes, glorious.
Wasn't Rocco supposed to get some improvements or something?
I do recall that Rocco was supposed to get leveled up.
How and why?
Yes, and yes.
Those are not answers.
Because we love Rocco. Everyone, I think chat even spent inspiration on Rocco. We love Rocco. Rocco's the best.
So to upgrade Rocco, you're going to need to Rocco's not going to naturally grow, okay? Because Rocco's a rock. If you want,
how dare you? Rocco's not just a rock.
So
Rocco's a rock in the outer sea.
If you want Rocco to grow, you're going to need magic or technology or some sort of catalyst.
Well, I'm severely under
everything.
materialed right now.
Which leaves you with the question. You have shelter now. You have a vessel now. The Coriander Society is ostensibly after you, and you don't know how far their reach really is. You are low on resources. Where do you go? What do you want to do?
Well, I can tell you, first of all, that over the course of our journey, John is going to be just Tony Starking it inside of this Rocco for a while. Going to help with a box of scraps, build up everything. But while we're preparing that, Asena,
Yes.
you are able to utilize your ability to get us here whenever we need to, as long as we have access to teleportation magic, which, because of you, we always do. So we have at least a way to always be safe. But we now need to figure out how we're going to go about getting where we want to go.
Right.
I think we should try to get back to the tower.
So just think about the tower?
Well,
John, in your studies and the time you spent there, you know that the tower is inaccessible through standard travel.
yeah, which is why I was going to suggest we find somewhere that has a portal to the tower, which we know that the place we just came from, NORTHPORT, does. So
What if
can-
we just find a bunch of random portals and stick
We
our
could.
heads out?
We could.
See what it is.
I don't know
Back
if
in.
we're allowed to just stick our heads out. I think you go through the portal and you kind of go through the portal.
Most portals pull you through once you touch them. It's that whole conduit thing. Because, like,
But-
you know, Asena, that the way portals really work is they connect through the astral plane. So most portals, it looks like you go in one and immediately come out the other, but they're actually far apart. You just travel very fast. So if you tried to stick your head through and it didn't pull the rest of you through, your head would just shoot out the other side.
So here's the thing. I feel like with your ability to easily access this, we kind of can do that. We can go into the portal, scope things out. If we don't like it, you just teleport, bring me with you, and we end up back here. We take 7 hours or so to get the rock, and then however long it takes to find what we want to find. I mean, it's really just kind of a day delay to figure out where we want to go.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of feel like if... Wait a minute. We sent... Oh, no. He's not looking for us. Because we
What?
sent... Green is off doing their own thing. They're not going to think to look for us. So Cersei's going to think to look for us. Hara might think to look for us if we don't check in before we leave, which we would have. Oh my gosh. The funeral. How are we ever going to make it back to the funeral?
Oh,
We have to
my
go back to
mom's gonna
NORTHPORT.
kill me.
Yes, we have to go back to NORTHPORT because we need to make sure we can at least get back to the funeral. We can check in on Cersei, see if she's been able to make any ground on helping us, and check in with Hara and let her know what is happening here. Yeah, no, it's gotta be NORTHPORT.
Or I can miss the funeral and then explain to my baby mom that Department 7 made me miss the funeral.
That's
and then
true.
she'd be angry.
So I get what you're saying, but is there a benefit to that happening, or would it be better if we just head back there? I mean, by the time we get there, it's going to have been a day since we left.
Sure, we can go back. But I thought that we were gonna steal a portal anyway.
That was the plan. Yeah, we had done all that groundwork. Asena, I'd like my stuff back if we can manage it.
I know. I'm just thinking. Are we gonna go through the museum portal?
I mean, that the museum portal is how we get back to the Obsidian Tower. And we were going to steal it so we could get it back to the Institute, so we had a very reliable way of doing that instead of just constantly sneaking into the museum.
Okay, how are we gonna get to Northport?
Well, we're going to have to go through a portal that is likely going to take us, I believe is it the Zoquian jungle, mate? Is that where the
last time you went through a portal, that was not the Zolkrian jungle.
Can you remind me, how did we get back to Northport last time when we
I
aimed
think
at
you used a
Northport?
teleportation circle or something like that.
Well, we were here in the Astral Sea.
Astral plane, and you went through a portal, and you
We were looking for
went
Yord.
to the world of Yord,
Yeah.
and you ended up somewhere
Where did that
really
take
weird.
us?
Like you ended up in this weird jungle. It was not the Zolkuian jungle. And you never really figured out where it was. But I think you used like teleport circle or something in order to get back. I don't remember exactly how, but I know that that particular color pool, because you don't have to look for that color pool. You could look for a different color pool that leads to Yord.
Okay.
But that color pool took you somewhere really, really weird, and you ended up using long-range teleportation magic to get home.
That wasn't the mushroom place,
It
was
was
it?
the mushroom place. It was the mushroom place.
Oh,
I think you had
gosh.
Indogolad, and I think he just noped you out of there.
That's right. That's totally... Well, okay. So, hey, that's a good point. We could just go to Pyre Space, hit up Indogolad, and see if he could catch us a ride. He's now
You
been
guys
to
have
Yord.
friends all over the multiverse, some of whom have lots of resources.
Let's do that. Let's maybe Pyre Intel, because then that's going to be... I mean, we could just keep hitting up a Yord portal until we eventually get one that works, but I think get to Pyre Space, get Indogolad, and we could even check in with Chester and or not Chester, Charlie and Ben while we're there. Get some friends that
All right.
deal fire damage.
How do we get to Pyre Space?
Well, let's see. John's going to start thinking about Pyre Space.
Okay. And Rocco starts to float through the astral.
We could just let Rocco carry us.
You will have to, when you stop thinking, Rocco stops moving.
Does Rocco get us there faster than if we were by ourselves?
Rocco get us there safer because Rocco's a rock.
Oh.
Rocco's our taxi. Nothing's going to bother us if we're a rock. If things see you and I floating around, they're totally going to waylay us. But if they see a rock, it's just one of, what are there, 12 rocks in the Astral Sea? We haven't seen a lot of
There's
rocks.
few more than 12, but not many more.
We gotta bring like a door or something.
Yeah, that would be nice. We can really just outfit Rocco like bananas when we get a chance. Honestly, I'd like to put a demi-plane inside of Rocco because then we'd be able to, go in there and live in our little Rocco mansion whenever we come here. But that's a
We get the people of Lacunas to upgrade Rocco.
Very likely. Yeah, absolutely. We've helped save their world countless times. Well, twice. But
Like I said,
yeah,
you've got friends all over the multiverse.
but you know what? Yeah, I think Lacunas would be possible. Difficult. Let's go to Pirates. Let's go to Pyre Space. We can get outfitted like crazy there. And Dogalad and the Pirates would be very, very happy, the Pilgrims rather, to give us a hand with this. Heck, we might even be able to convince them to come with us.
To the funeral?
So, well, yeah, that. And, as bodyguards in case we get attacked again, because we can bring to bear, a lot of resources for what we need. In any case, you remember Pyre Space, right? We did a whole adventure there. Oh, sure.
Hara's place.
Yes, exactly. But try not to focus on Hara's place. Try to focus on Indogalad's place. That's the one we need. The elven place with all the food and the alcohol.
The place with the girlies.
Yes, the girlies and
Your
when you became a rock.
ex-girlfriend.
My ex-girlfriends, yes. But try to think about when you were a rock and you drunk some really crazy stuff and became a rock. That's what I want you to focus on.
A lot of times.
You have, yes. But you've been a rock, I think, once in Pyre Intel, so that's the important thing to focus on.
Yes. The party rock.
The party rock, exactly. The party rocked indeed. While you think about that, I am going to take time to outfit us with some gear in case we get waylaid. So, is there anything of yours you'd like a spell in? Because I can take the time to start doing that.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, since I don't have my other things.
Does Asena have her helmet? That's not a weapon.
Helmet.
Yeah,
My
the
crown?
helmet, the crown of dead speech.
Crown.
I'm gonna say yes. I really shouldn't. They really should have taken it, but I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh, they were in a hurry.
No.
It's okay if they, let a
It's a
crown slip
little.
by.
Mm-hmm.
I technically have my thorn whip.
That's a spell. It's not a real item.
Yeah. so I don't think you can load it with anything.
Because it exists when you cast it, and then it stops existing.
Why don't you put a spell
Yeah.
in one of my glow sticks?
In a glow stick. Okay. Perfect.
Sticks.
What'd you say?
Forgot about the
I got a couple options, okay? I have a bag of sand.
Would you want me to enchant a bag of sand for you?
I think a glow stick's probably better.
I agree. I agree as well. Okay, so
I have this random jar. Don't forget this other jar, which has a dead sprite in it.
you do have a yes, you do have that. I think the glow stick
Right.
is probably a very, very good idea. Would you like something that's a little more support or utility, or do you want something that just does damage?
What? I don't know.
Damage it is. So let's see here. Would you like a missile that bypasses all defenses and deals force damage? Would you like a ray of fire? Or would you like a giant ball of fire?
I like missiles.
All right, missiles it is.
Glow stick missile.
John will spend the next 2 hours enchanting the glow stick with magic missile.
Okay. All right. Well, your journey, because you're traveling to a color pool that you've never been to before, I'm gonna have, and because Asena made no, you know what? Asena's the Dragon of Zolkria. Pods, roll 1d4.
Okay. That's fine.
Not bad. Not bad. Your characters don't know this. I know this, and now you know this. It will take you 10 hours to find a color pool that leads you to Pyrespace. Hopefully Perion, but we'll see.
Nice. And I'm going to spend a lot of time. Oh, okay. So do you want to rest, or can we rest when we get there?
Your call.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't directed at you, my friend.
Oh. I mean, now seems like a good time to rest, unless you think someone's gonna come up on Rocco in our sleep.
No, that's fine. I mean, honestly, rejuvenating some of what's been gone is a good idea. I don't think we necessarily. Oh, we have Slakura. Slakura, you can keep guard, right? How long does Slakura usually hang out for when they are here?
A scene.
Oh, well, this is a scene, I think, so we're probably fine. This is a scene, Slakura. This is a scene. Trust me. Yes, very good, very good. Okay. Well, then, John will spend the first 2 hours of this travel, and then we'll rest the rest of the 8. Or actually, we only need to sleep for 6 hours of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll for encounters during that time, but because you're not traveling, they will be at a reduced rate, and you're a rock, so. Your sleep is uneventful.
Great.
Slakura, after the two of you wake up, like bounces on you on your chest to wake you up when you're all done, checks in your eyes to make sure that you're good.
Thank you, Slakura.
Back to the world of the blossom and the steel. Are you ready to begin your travel and for me to roll a whole lot of dice?
Just about.
Mm-hmm. You have one glow stick of magic missile.
Yes.
I think I'm ready.
Cool.
I'm just looking through. I don't think I have I don't have anything that can feed us right now. Crap. Okay, well.
You're in the astral plane. You don't get hungry.
Oh, that's right. Fantastic. Well, that's great. John's going to go ahead and use his virtual reality fields, and he's going to play for the next 2 hours 4 episodes of Scooby-Doo for Asena and John. He's going to introduce...
This is cultural education.
Yeah, he's going to introduce Asena to the adventures of Mystery Inc. and a one Scoobert Doo. And we're going to be watching some of John's favorite episodes.
Okay.
Did you watch this when you were a kid?
I watched this when I was an adult.
Oh. Is this not why you're a detective?
This was actually great. Yes, this was a great part. Mystery Inc. Adventures were fantastic. Were very astounding and absolutely pushed me to studying criminology as I got older.
I like the way they do it better.
Well, I mean, there was a, Monster of the Week kind of deal that they had, and it was obvious that by the end of each adventure they were going to succeed. So, I mean, it's a little bit different with how we do it, but it's definitely extremely whimsical and fun. And I love the way that they went about their misadventures. And also, and he makes sure that one of the episodes that he shows us saying it has Scrappy Doo. And regardless of what the general fandom will tell you, Scrapper Doo is not a terrible individual. They're a spunky, young little pup that's just trying to do their best in a world that wants to keep them down.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. They just watch cartoons for the last 2 hours.
Hold on one moment as Asena tries to figure out exactly what's going on with this television program. I'm going to go ahead and put her back into the show.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Theoretically.
While you're doing that, John is going to be, the episodes he's playing in order is going to be the Never Ape and Ape Man. He's going to do Bedlam and the Big Top. He's going to do Spooky Space Kook and That Snow Ghost.
Noted and logged. We are going to give pods another moment to reconnect with reality for... Let's see. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of more encounter checks because I just rolled all of mine and I know something you don't know.
I was just...
Okay, so Scrappy Doo didn't show up until 10 years after the show started. So because each episode is 21 minutes in length, they have enough time. They have enough time for an extra episode. So John's going to play the 4 that he mentioned. Plus, he's going to play the first episode of Scrappy Doo and Scooby Doo. So that way,
can you post
Asena has the
these
introduction.
in
I absolutely am.
Coriander chat so everybody can do their homework for this next week.
Exactly. It's going to be mandatory watching in order to follow the action.
The funny part is, it is mandatory watching. If you want to know what's going on, you want to be in the know.
That's so funny.
Okay.
I've seen all of these so many times. I think I mentioned this before on air, but I still do it now. But when I was a child, I measured, including commercials and all, I measured lengths of time by episodes of Scooby-Doo, which in my mind were half-hour-long segments because of all the commercials.
So your time was wrong. Oh, because of commercials.
Yeah, exactly.
I was obsessed with Scooby-Doo, and I had everything Scooby-Doo, so...
Heck yeah. Go Scooby-Doo.
Quite sure I've seen all of these.
I'm sure you have.
I was homeschooled.
Which means you should have had TV.
No, we had PBS and whatever channel Whose Line Is It Anyway was on when it was on. And then eventually a History Channel and Discovery Channel back when it was just World War II all the time and, animal stuff before it became mostly reality TV. And a huge collection of Disney VHSs. We were very sheltered. All right.
Yeah, I'm writing that episodes of Scooby-Doo. I am still listening, though.
Okay. Do I need to do anything else before I do 10 hours of travel to get to Yord?
No, you don't owe us anything.
Okay. Then inside of Rocco, do you have any way of seeing anything?
What do you mean?
I mean, unless we peek out.
Yeah, so if you don't peek out, nothing happens, right?
I mean, I feel like every now and then we do a little vibe check, but you know. We can hear things, I would assume.
But there's no like wing flapping or much noise at all, unless somebody chooses to make noise.
I mean, no, we're not. I mean, like we're in here, you know, we have our system. So John is going to be like showing the you know, the virtual screen, and he's routing the sound inside their headset so that way they have it like, you know, earbuds, you know, kind of a thing going on.
Right.
And just for S&Gs, yeah, I mean, you know, John, to make sure that we can be peeking out, it makes sense now that John has a camera. John's going to stick the camera in the entrance and then have his silent image to like, you know, surround it to look like a rock. And then, yeah, his camera, like, so we have like, I guess like technically like this kind of vision, you know? Whatever that, a cone of vision looking out of the rock.
That's cool.
Like we're like John's at least he's got like another camera next to the screen, and it's like CTV, you know, showing like, oh yeah, that's what our doorstep looks like. Ding dong, pizza's here.
Okay. Right around, and you're both fully healed because you took a long rest, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, at the end of this 2 hours, we benefit from the long rest. So when we're done watching Scooby-Doo.
All right. 4 hours later into your journey, Rocco comes to an abrupt stop.
Oh no.
Did you forget where Pirate Space was, Rocco?
What do you do? Aside from phase in and out of reality again. At this time, you do not see anything.
John is going to wrap the rock spell around the camera and have the camera just creep along the edge of the rock, and we can just move the camera along the outside of it.
Okay. The camera does not see anything as it creeps along. I'm going to have to do this manually. I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to him.
In your heads, you both hear a voice.
Travelers, tell me of the darkness you bear with you through the silver seas. Stand forth.
Can we respond to this message, or is this like
No,
audible?
it's two-way telepathy.
I don't have any darkness.
I think you're going to be a little bit more specific.
The second voice. The first is true, though your hands are not clean. But the second, you bear with you the mark of a terrible evil.
I can't really help my face, man. I don't know what to tell you.
This cannot be allowed to sail through the skies once again. I may be able to help if you will accept it.
What are you, stranger?
I am a messenger of the gods.
Again, you're going to have to be a little more specific.
I am the angel Oriel. It's spelled with an O and is legally distinct from any characters from the Diablo franchise.
I was gonna say, can John make a check, like a history check or like a Arcana check or some kind of check to see if I recognize that name?
Yeah, give me a religion check.
Religion. I didn't ask about religion. I asked about the others.
Not too bad.
Well, all right, here you go. Here's your religion check.
You've never heard of Oriel, the angel.
So you're saying that this is a failure, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and just do one of these. My last one.
13. Yeah, you're there. It's scratching something somewhere. One of the, I mean, not from Earth, obviously, but just one of the religious texts of singing the praises of this, that, and the other deity. Something about
Just trying to at least know where that comes from. Like, you know, like if I heard the name like Tiamat, I'm like, okay, that's a Metamia on Earth. You know, where could that be? Like the name, you know, Oriel, where could that come from in the multiverse? I know that, you know, John's a linguist. He's big on the names. Right. Names are a big deal.
Well, a lot of them share in common, and share, like, you know, angels will, or other outer extraplaners will minister to various worlds, and so they'll have that in common. So this is a name that's celestial in origin. You don't speak celestial, do you?
John doesn't necessarily speak celestial, no.
Okay.
But John speaks
this is
like
likely,
bullshit. So.
Give me a what do you roll for your linguistics?
John generally, when he's making a check, here, let me go ahead and pull it up. I have a thing here. Hold on. So when John is trying to decipher or listen to bull crap, there's a DC 20 for simple messages, 25 for standard messages, and 30 for intricate or exotic or old. It's a check he makes to understand what he's, you know.
Give me that roll. You don't need to, like,
listening.
You're not trying to understand a message. You're trying to understand a root here. So it'll probably be a lower DC.
Okay. So let me go ahead and see here. An 18, and I use just my, I don't know if there's a specific one I should be using. I just use my my half proficiency.
Yeah, that's fine. 18 isn't going to cut it.
Would history make more sense? Because with history I have a +2 to this. It would be a 20.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Okay. Name is celestial in origin, probably like the 7 mounting heavens of Celestia, that traditional plane of existence. Meaning not rooted to any specific culture, just any that has in common the Great Wheel.
Okay. Great Angel. Are you traveling looking for trouble? Are you a sentry? What are you doing out here?
I am serving the will of the Hebdomad. It is by fate alone that our paths have crossed.
Hebdomad?
The Celestial Hebdomad. There are 7 mounting heavens of Celestia. There are 7 archangels.
Gotcha. Okay, so he serves one of those 7 archangels. Serves them or serves as one of them?
Serves them. They are
serves
tougher
them. Okay.
than him. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me ask you this. The evil that you sense, is it infernal in nature?
It is not of the 9 hells.
What if I told you it's a key? It's not a being. Not really.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Give me 1 second. I need to check something out. We haven't finished our long rest, right?
You know, this is after your long rest.
This is after. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, you can have all your crap back. Also, you're still echoing in my, not that it matters, but you're still echoing in my brain.
I'm not echoing anymore. Okay, there we go.
I mean, you're going to be again in a moment.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so now that I got all my bullshit back, let's do this.
And Asena, you're welcome. You're party to this whole conversation as well.
I don't need my bullshit unless I failed, and then in which case I need my bullshit.
If that is a key, then the door it opens should remain forever sealed. Need you bear this burden when you carry so much already?
What am I carrying, Great Angel?
Come forth, let me behold it with my own eyes.
This sounds like a trap. I haven't even seen this thing yet. You say that my camera can't even see it?
Correct.
You want me to go first?
If you don't mind.
I wouldn't mind seeing an angel.
Go for it. I'm right behind you.
Asena's gonna peek her head out.
You don't see anything.
I don't see you at all.
Be not afraid.
Poof.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little different than that, but that is, wow, that's a bad one. Or it's a good one, but that's a bad good one.
He's gone?
This entity is godlike in its glory and power. The sword that it holds is enormous and shines with heavenly light.
God, you had to have us fight one, or not fight, but encounter one of these.
I rolled this. I rolled this. This is naturally happening.
Hi, Mr. Angel.
Peace be upon you.
Hey,
Now bring
Asena.
forth the evil.
He's scared, so I think he's sending me instead.
It is natural to be afraid, even though that's the thing I specifically told you to be not.
I mean, whoa. I can't hear this, but whoa.
It's
No, he'll broadcast to both of you.
Oh, okay. It's less about fear, Grand Angel of the Horde of Heaven. Trepidation.
I don't know that word.
It basically means fear.
Oh.
If
Why'd you say it twice then? Never mind.
be your intentions pure, you need
Yes,
fear
be
nothing.
the angel. I'm just kidding. No. Look, Oriel it was, right?
Indeed.
We are en route to try to find our way out of here. We have a very large-scale cosmic quest that, honestly, it's kind of amazing that we somehow stumbled into you. Do you have some time to just sit and talk for a bit? I think might be a good idea to share what's going on with you.
Have you met Rocco?
Have you read the good tablet?
I too have important business to which I must attend.
Oh.
Well, then it sounds like you should move on if it's so important.
No.
By the way, is it more important than the end of the cosmos as you know it?
Let's talk.
Then you might have a few minutes. Yeah, let's talk. And yeah, John's just gonna sit down. He's gonna like do a little like, hey, come on, sit right here next to us. They're gonna just go on top of Rocco, and until this angel gets tired of listening to him, John's just gonna recount everything, as he's done to so many big players that they've come across that want in on this business that is our group.
Okay. That's really funny. This is going to take a while for this
Yeah.
conversation to occur, right?
Yes, it will. It's going to take literal hours. We're going to literally arrive at our location and park outside the portal because it's probably going to take the better part of like 3 or 4 hours to catch them up on everything.
which is actually really funny because like 3 hours into this conversation, hold on. You see another
Oh my god, did
group
something else show up?
Yes, you see another group of entities soaring
gosh.
through the cosmos.
Oh
And
my
they
gosh.
see
that's
this rock and they immediately start flying towards it.
Oh,
Four
thank goodness.
enormous, well-dressed
4 or
gold-
5?
5 gold and jewelry adorning them earth genies, 4 Dao approaching.
Oh no.
And as they draw close, Oriel looks up at them.
By the will of the heavens, fuck off.
And they leave.
Yeah, if a Solar tells you to leave, you freaking leave, man.
That was the second encounter I rolled. It was going to be 5 earth genies. If you guys had just cruised past, like if
Yep.
oh my god.
That would have sucked. Are you kidding me? We were going to be enslaved by a bunch of genies. That's what was going to happen. That would have been a great adventure. Oh my goodness. John looks at Oreo with like a sense of awe, like the first time. Like, I mean, he's an awe-inspiring being. Don't get me wrong, but John's dealt with gods and monsters before. But having that level of just flack that you can throw around, John's definitely like impressed. Like, oh, okay, this is who we're dealing with. I like that.
Okay. I would like both of you to roll persuasion checks representing your long-term conversation and Asena's incredibly useful running commentary during your journey.
Question. First of all, during this / part of this, can John give the two of us and the Solar some temporary hit points?
Yes, you can give an inspiring speech to the emissary of the very gods themselves, one of only
Perfect.
24 such entities in existence.
Yes, I'm gonna put that on my tombstone. A natural 20.
Pods?
A natural 20.
Pods? Hello?
So, mate, I don't know if it even matters now, but I was going to ask that since this has literally been John's entire life journey, could he get advantage on this roll? But I don't even know if I need it anymore.
Take advantage. Hey, 2 20s are better than 1.
All right.
Can I
Let's see.
mention that Asena thinks that this angel is very good looking?
You're not wrong.
Well, not a 20, but pretty darn stellar. And you know what? Just because we're here, I'm gonna do everything I can for this. Would a 24 fail, by the way? Just let me ask that first.
It's all. There's no failing here.
Okay, good. It's just relative. All right, fantastic.
It's just degrees of success.
Fantastic. Well, let me just add a little bit of degreaser to this degree here. Well, fuck. A 25 is better than a 24, I suppose.
Okay. After explaining everything, are the two of you angling for anything or just explaining everything that's happening?
John is definitely going to be angling for, there is a reason that I have this artifact that you want to take over and destroy, and unless you want to take over the, stopping all the universe stuff from exploding, no, you should not take it. Also, can we please have some help? Not just with like our current predicament, but saving the freaking universe.
Okay. Let's see.
That's what John's angling for. I don't know if Asena's got something else on her mind.
If he's still upset, she's thinking about maybe if she makes a pact with the angel, then they'll sort of cancel their pacts out.
John does make
I
a
don't know
comment
if that's how angels work.
kind of bouncing off of what Asena's saying. John makes a comment like, gosh, I wish that I could have ended up dealing with a host of angels rather than like, a despicable pit of demons or devils rather.
Yeah, we can
I've never
switch it. Switch
Yeah,
it up.
I've never had the chance to actually engage with anyone of the celestial nature. I having to deal with underworlds and aberrations and monsters.
Regretfully, we're usually very busy also dealing with those things.
Well, then we're practically cousins in that regard, then.
Your cause is just, your actions understandable.
Have a nice day.
Okay, I get it. Peace. What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, man.
No, Oriel's going to contemplate for a moment. Been contemplating this entire time. Now, I, the Dungeon Master, am in a poor position at the moment because Oriel cannot break your pact with Tiamat.
Darn.
But would be thinking about it, and I would like the thing I'm having trouble thinking of is I don't have all the details of the pact loaded into RAM right now, and I probably need to make them their own little ticket in Roll20 so I can pull them up on demand.
I do. Do you want me to put it in the
Yeah,
on demand for you? Hold on a moment.
And when
I
you
can
park
definitely
out,
add this if you want.
when you park out by the color pool, somebody else like floats by, sees an angel, and just pisses off. There was a second encounter. They're just not having any of this.
Okay, so John's pact is that he has to oppose Kerr in all things.
Mm-hmm.
John must assist in releasing Tiamat from Avernus. Once per day, John has to inscribe Tiamat's sign on a building or dwelling that they sleep within. Every 30 days, John has to pay tribute of his found wealth to Tiamat. Korkamas will appear to John and claim the treasure. By the way, I feel like what we should have is a nice ticker knowing like how many days pass to know when that 30 days happens, because so far it has yet to happen.
Yep, it hasn't been.
And
30
in
days.
exchange, John gets warlock powers, a mantle of presence, and some little bonuses. In 5 years, John is to return to Avernus and then see if he's made good use of Tiamat's power. That is the letter of what John has to be doing with what it do.
Okay.
I will add that to the Discord, by the way.
Thank you. And why do you need the red kiss?
The red kiss was an artifact, or rather a legendary item, that was originally given to the person that I was charged with keeping. And John had already explained this, but...
Dungeon Master asking, why?
Yeah. So his charge was gifted this item, and this was the last thing that he held on to when she fell into the... whatever it was that I forget which world. I think it might have been the mirror realm. I forget which world.
was
Or
Leftover.
we were like we were in Leftover. That's right. When we were in Leftover, she ended up falling, and he was holding on to her, and the thing holding on to the two of them was the red kiss. Had been slipping out of her hand. She wore it as a bracelet, and it ended up the back of it snapped away. She fell off, and he's kept it ever since, kind of as like his, like, I guess you could say penance. It's he's used it in order to help him get through many an issue, even though it does have, you know, dark powers. That's not a very good thing. It is a key that the infernal organization of the Pact Malefict has used, and he has used it as one of his trump cards to make it through traveling the multiverse. And without this cursed item, John probably wouldn't be alive. So it has, I guess you could say, yes, it's a possible corrupting influence. John keeps that on the down low in order to make sure he can benefit from it and help himself and his companions get through all the crazy stuff, especially now that he's lost his magic. So if the Solar is asking why, it's because it's sentimental. It is power, and it is, in John's mind, necessary.
Traveler, I cannot rid you of the pact you have sealed, for the power of the accursed chromatic dragon is beyond mine, and you are bound by your own words. But your cause is good and righteous, and your name is spoken highly of by one who stands eternal watch in the name of all that is good.
Oh.
This I ask of you. Lay down this burden. The memories that it bears are not worth the corruption it invites, with sin constantly toying at the door of your heart. Set that aside. Seek forgiveness from St. George for the trickery that you played upon him, and find a way to relieve him of his burden, for he has sacrificed for hundreds of years and deserves a well-earned rest. Do not seek out the trials of the Pact Malefic, for to do so is to invite corruption into your heart. If you can do these 3 things, then the blessing of the 7 heavens will fall upon you, and you will need those tools no longer. Asena,
Yes.
if you would seek the blessing of
I
the
mean,
7
yes.
heavens, then you must fight accordingly. If you will swear never to kill when you can merely harm, never to turn aside someone who's in need, and to never allow evil or injustice to go unpunished, then the light of Celestia will descend upon you, and our power will be yours. Our way is not easy, and our burden is not light, but our cause is just, and the might of Celestia is strong.
Never kill when you could be merciful. Never leave someone in need. What was the third one?
Never allow evil or injustice to go unpunished.
Oh, that one's easy. To go unpunched? Easy.
I said unpunished, but that counts.
2 of them are super duper easy.
Okay, look, for that last one, I've killed a lot of people, okay? I kill people all the time. I just don't kill unless I have to.
Okay. Does accidental, does that count?
When you have the ability to stay your hand and you do not, you cause unnecessary harm.
So that was kind of vague. I can't be careless?
You cannot be careless.
That's the hard part.
You have inherited far too much power to use it thoughtlessly. But wield it with purpose and it shall be magnified.
That's pretty cool. Do I have to decide now?
No. If you choose this righteous path, merely swear these 3 oaths and call upon me, and the light shall descend upon you.
Oh. Okay. What kind of I kind of feel bad for asking, but what kind of blessings are we talking about?
Well, the Dungeon Master's still figuring out exactly how to work this, but I think it involves gaining the ability to smite.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Punch things really, really hard and make them glow and explode.
I mean, this is just Matt talking. This sounds like an oath, so it sounds like paladin level stuff, which is
Mechanically,
cool.
I'm thinking it's either going to be some paladin, maybe paladin levels, maybe some paladin gestalt, or I might look through the various monk classes and gestalt you into a holy monk class.
Ooh.
There's some options. Either way, it's new class features for sure.
Okay. I've got another question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still okay for me to talk to dead people?
Weird edge case, but given that you don't actually fully harm them and it's more that you're communicating with an echo of their spirit, that's fine.
Okay. And what about this sort of whale thing that I do? Is that bad?
Not specifically. Again, as long as you allow people to pass on to their eternal reward or punishment after you do that, that's a gray area, but that's acceptable.
It seems like there's a lot of gray area, so I'm okay with this.
The universe is a complicated place.
Huh. This isn't so bad. She's gonna be thinking about it.
Okay.
Kind of piggybacking off of what Asena was just asking. First of all, thank you very much, Oriel, for hearing us out. Trust me when I say I think both of us would rather be backed by heaven in our endeavors than hell. Not that Asena has conspired with the ranks of Ernest or anything to that effect. But that being said, if there is any way to break my connection with Tiamat, trust me when I say that was not. It was a deal made out of duress, and it was not one I made with my eternal soul, at least not as of yet. As I've said, I've done everything I can to see this quest fulfilled to its ends, and I've had to do some things I'm not exactly proud of, and I've had to utilize tactics that are less than underhanded. However, it was all done with the best of intentions in mind, and I know the old adage, you don't need to remind me. That being said, if we would have stumbled across the likes of you far earlier in our adventure, things would be quite different. And again, I know that you've already said your time is precious and you're kind are busy saving the world in your own way. But how would we go about contacting you aside from just speaking your name with purpose?
If you are prepared to swear these oaths, I will hear you. Otherwise, I'm usually fairly occupied with various cosmic dealings, of which this counts.
Yeah, speaking of which, aside from offering these oaths, is there anything else that you or your colleagues would be able to do to assist us in our mission? I mean, this is some pretty crazy stuff, Flesh of Cur and all that, which, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned, we're not in possession of. We were waylaid by my old organization, and we're missing a lot of what we've been utilizing to get through our journeys. I mean, without stuff, she's still a powerhouse. But with me having lost access to my magic, I am only as good as the items that I keep on my person.
I lost my cool guns.
You did lose your cool guns.
Word of these events shall reach the very heights of heaven. Fear not, we shall not be idle. In this moment, I can offer you only my blessing and some wisdom.
Oriel will bless both of you for the next 24 hours.
Oh.
Meaning plus 1d4 on all attack rolls and all saves.
Literal bless, okay.
Literal bless for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
And Oriel offers to intercede on your behalf with the gods and cast a commune spell.
Oh.
You can ask 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or a no.
Oh. Can we, I know that we're getting close to the end. Would we be able to think about this?
Yeah, we can do this next episode.
For a week.
Thank you.
We can
Yeah,
do
because
next
this
episode. Absolutely.
is a big question to ask. They could just dump on us right now. Also, just wondering, you said you were going to drop some wisdom on us. This is probably that aforementioned wisdom. But do you happen to know, as I said, I long ago, like 2 weeks ago, I don't know how long it's been, was these missions you want me to go on, saving St. George from their mission, avoiding the trial of the Pact Malefect, and discarding and giving up this talisman that I carry. 2 of them should be easy. One of them, honestly, as long as I have the Host of Heaven's help, not really a problem. I can't really give up the talisman. I found that I'm really, and I didn't realize this until I looked it over for sure, mate. Sorry. So it makes sense that I took damage trying to do it, but I'm unwilling to part with it. Is the thing. I don't want to. That's a big reason why.
The big reason is I don't want to.
I don't want to. I should. It seems easy. I should be able to take it off and just give it to you, but I don't want to. Is the thing. But saving St. George, that's going to take a lot of time, and I don't. Aside from just putting somebody else into that position, we are on a mission to recover the pieces that I've hidden across the cosmos. Do you happen to have a vessel or something that could be used to start the process, to hold the flesh or to reclaim it from the bounds that I made a lot of deals with a lot of powerful individuals. I ruined a lot of bad lives. I mean, they were bad people for the most part. George was an outlying case, but he took it on the chin. But how are we going to go about doing that? Do you have any wisdom, knowledge, or insight?
Finding a way to undo what you've done is part of your personal path, John Carmichael.
Okay.
We're working on it. We're not going to leave you out to dry, but you got to work on this.
I mean, I've been working on this since day one, my guy. I don't know what to tell you, but yes,
You are not alone. Now go undo what you've done, okay?
Okay, yeah, understandable. You don't happen to have any magic there in that bag of tricks, do you? Like just to, fill up the old tank, because that would really help a lot. Honestly, I wouldn't really need a lot of these dark gifts that I've been, getting if I could just, refill the old tank.
He wants to be a wizard again.
I want to be a wizard again is the thing. I spent years learning my craft, and it was gone, in an instant. And it's like, Mr. Angel, I've lost so much. I've lost my gun. I've lost my magic. I lost my home. Now I lost my bag. I mean, like, just I don't have a lot left to lose except for the thing that I don't really want, but I can't give up. That's well, and of course Asena, but I already lost Gaston, so that was another bummer. Please, I want my magic back. Can I make a deal with heaven to get my magic back?
John, if you fulfill these 3 obligations, the very words of the seer Erathiel shall fill your mind, and the wizardly magic of heaven and very specific subclasses benefits will be yours, along with all your power back.
Done. Okay, let's do this. We have somewhere to be. It's called Lacunas, and I want to be there yesterday. Let's go.
Oh, that seems like a good place for us to stop. So we'll be back next time, folks. Will our heroes go to Perianth to seek out the help of Indogalad in order to track down the Coriander Society and get back the flesh of Kur? Will they travel to Lacunas to undo what John has done, get his freaking magic back so he can be a goddamn wizard again? Maybe pick up a new laser cannon for Asena while they're there. I don't know. There's a lot to do. Find out next time on Coriander Society Adventures.